Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Life. Now, I'm delighted to introduce Fatima Goga, the trailblazing founder of Brain Gains Tutoring. Fatima's innovative approach to education combines her passion for learning with cutting edge technology to create a very unique, immersive tutoring experience. Now, we will be talking to her about her insights on everything from building her business to breaking down misconceptions about online tutoring. Assalamu alaikum, Fatima. Jazakallah so much for joining us on Prime Life and welcome.
Walaikum assalam. Jazakallah so much for having me.
Jazakallah so much. Now, can you please tell us what inspired you to merge your love for education and technology to create Brain Gains Tutoring?
So I've always been really passionate about education and the power that it has to change a student's life. And growing up, my teachers, they were really, they really helped me in many different ways, and I want to be able to do that for another child. Also, technology has given us a chance to reach remote and under-resourced learners as well. So our aim is to connect qualified learners to qualified tutors to students in small towns that don't have access to these services.
That is beautiful. And can you share some of the challenges that you may have faced when starting your business?
No, definitely. One of the main things that we faced was the doubt that parents had for online learning, specifically because of COVID. When COVID hit, teachers were unprepared and had to actually just teach large groups online, and they really didn't know how. So we at Brain Gains want to show you that how online learning is structured, and our teachers are trained. We use digital tools, one-on-one lessons, and we give trial lessons to show parents, the quality of online learning.
And who exactly, or what's the age group that you tutor? Is it for everybody? How does it work?
So basically, we have our qualified teachers, and they tutor grades 1 to 12, all subjects, online and on site. So we have tutors that go to the student's home in specific areas, or the kids come to the tutor's home. We also have study skills workshops as well as other digital resources that you can purchase.
That's beautiful. Can you maybe tell us about how, Brain Gains Tutoring uses technology to make sure that learning is accessible for all students?
No, definitely. There's two parts to this. It's engagement. So we use digital whiteboards with real-time interactions. Lessons are like really interactive and game based. When it comes to accessibility, we basically let students work on whichever devices they have. So if they need to use a phone, they do that. There's no travel time. And we also are accessible because we have digital resources that we can provide to students who don't have access to the internet or any technology at all.
And what advice would you give to educators that are looking to incorporate technology into their, teaching methods?
Definitely, the most important thing would be to embrace AI as a tool and not a threat. So, when the calculator came about, teachers had to adjust the way they taught maths to accommodate for the calculator. And that's what I feel like we should do with AI. We should use it as a tool to even ask it, how do you make assessments where if a child is using AI, they can still benefit. So we just need to change the way that we teach.
Let's talk about the biggest misconceptions around online tutoring because not everybody is comfortable about it because of the different stories they may have had. And how can we address these misconceptions?
The biggest misconception is that students can't focus online and that they need someone physically in front of them. And the way that we that we look into this is firstly, your child is part of the digital age. They're doing everything online and they are so accustomed, they actually learn way better online. And what we also do is we have one on one personalized lessons. We make sure that we are figuring out what type of learner the child is. We're personalizing lessons. We're making them shorter so they can concentrate. And we're constantly engaging with the child throughout the lesson.
And as someone that's obviously in the education sector, what do you think is the biggest gap within the South African educational system, and how can we fix it?
The biggest gap would be the ki- the difference between private schools and government schools. I feel like the government schools don't have enough access to quality resources. And that is my biggest aim, to give back to the kids in the rural areas.
And please take us through your tutoring sessions, like a typical day of you tutoring. How does it look like?
Okay, so we have a team of over 35 qualified teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone is interested in tutoring or any of my services, they contact us on social media or whichever means. And then my manager, Raisa, will then give them a questionnaire to figure out when they're available, what subjects they need, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thereafter, once we have that information, we allocate a qualified tutor and subject specialist to that child. Then they will contact the tutor directly, figure out a time that works for them, and they will book a session. And then once they have the session booked, the tutor will then prepare for that lesson, making sure that they, have all the digital resources that they need. They will conduct the lesson one on one, and they will engage with them throughout the lesson. At the end, they'll give them homework or anything, it just depends. And then they will also communicate to the parent how the lesson went. And you don't have to take lessons like a specific amount. It's all based on what you need. So you use our tutors whenever you need them, and at the end of the month, you just pay for how many lessons you've done.
Can you maybe tell us more about the different tutoring programs that are available?
Okay, definitely. So we have online tutoring for grades 1 to 12, all subjects. We also have on-site and off-site tutoring where the tutor goes to the student's home or the student goes to the tutor's home in specific areas. We have our study skills workshop, which teaches students how to study based on the type of learner that they are. We have digital resources like summary packs, which with Q&As, literature packs, and so many other digital resources and many other products.
Now, in terms of, let's talk about legacy and impact. With the great work that you're doing and your team, what do you hope, or how do you hope it will impact, learning kids and also just the community in general?
Our aim is to basically help those that don't have access to quality education. So, for example, our study skills workshop, we have translated it into Zulu, and we'd like to take that into schools and, do these workshops with the kids. My greater aim would be to have a team of educational psychologists, OTs, and we all go in there and, give the help that the students need where they can't afford it.
And lastly, before I let you go, in your opinion, what do you think is the key to creating a truly effective and engaging learning experience for learners?
Personalization, definitely personalization. So, figuring out what type of learner the child is, engaging them with them one on one, and using tech as a tool is super, super important.
And just also in terms of the support that the community members can show towards the program, in what ways can they show support to the programs?
So basically, you can find us on Instagram at Brain Gains Tutoring, and all our products are there. We're actually having a holiday special,
Mm-hmm.
so they can check that out, and they can use the code BGTINX for a free trial lesson as well.
Mm. I mean, Fatima, Jazakallah so much for joining us and just for giving us, insight on exactly what Brain Gains Tutoring is all about. So thank you so much for your time. Viewers at home, that was Fatima, who was just giving us insight on the program, or rather a tutoring company that she has founded called Brain Gains Tutoring, and the great work that they're actually doing for students from grade 1 all up to grade 12. But without wasting any time, let's go to a quick break. We'll see you right after this.